Welcome back to our community. Susie Thomas visiting with the Bowmans, Edie, Autumn, Tatiana, and getting ready for Good Like Medicine, an evening of laughter taking place June 23rd. Not too far away. Get that on your calendar. 7 o'clock at the Lions Lincoln Theater in Massillon. All right, I want to hear the parts that you play. Tatiana, you tell me first.
Okay. So I play this preppy, I would say a gym fitness trainer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It's different
Instead of-
skits, so
yeah.
this is a particular skit. she
Okay.
does.
so instead of people trying to lose weight, they're trying to gain weight.
Who in their right mind gets a fitness trainer to, okay, this is, just the premise is funny.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what kind of great advice do you give them, Tatiana, to help them along their way and putting on the pounds?
I try to cheer them on and help them to come up with different ideas that they could do that. It's hilarious.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Autumn, what about you? What skits are you in?
One of them, I played this really quirky girl. All of our friends are trying to, plan a party, and I'm really random, and out of nowhere, I just say these, really crazy things. And I'm like, what? What is wrong with you? So, yeah.
Do you just find yourself cracking up while you're doing this? Does
Yeah.
it take,
Oh my
because when you're
God,
doing
I
it
laugh
comedy,
all the time.
We have so much fun in rehearsals.
and
So fun.
is Mabel in it?
Yes, she's in it.
Good. What does Mabel do?
Mabel, this time she's doing something a little different. She usually comes out with a scripture or something that she wants to teach you for that day. But since this is straight comedy, she kind of comes out throughout the play and just comes in on her walker and says something, really silly. I hate to give it away.
No, we
but-
don't want to. You've got to show up June 23rd to see. Yes.
Little funny things that makes you go,
And when you see that cameo by Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
you will know that that's actually the playwright, Edie Bowman.
yes.
Who else is involved in this? Is this a 3-woman production, or are there more
Actually,
actors?
15 of us all
Whoa.
together.
Tell me more about some of the actors. Where do they come from?
Well, one young lady, her name is Rosel Sanchez. Well, she just got married yesterday.
Okay.
So it's Pratt now, her last name. And she's actually a wonderful actress, and she's at the Players Guild. She's been in a lot of their shows. So she's in there, so I feel like I have a celebrity.
Oh, yes.
And Brandon Talbert, he's also a person who was in Les Mis.
Oh, yes.
When that was last year, I believe. He's been in productions like that. He was just in Sister Act.
Oh,
And that
yes.
was just at the Players Guild. So we have
Yes.
some quality people in
We
this
have a
play
lot
who
of
knows what
talent
they're
in
doing.
this area.
Yeah, we do. And Ronald Ray, he was a guy that I met when I did one of my shows in the Lions Lincoln. I was doing my character, Mabel Ann Johnston, and I was coming down the aisle, and I saw him, and I said, I'll talk in her voice. I said, "You look like a cute young man standing over there. Can you come up and help me on the stage?" And so I didn't know who he was. So I took him out of the audience and took him
Great.
up on stage. And ever since then, he's been in the rest of my plays. And I found out he was an awesome actor. I think
Oh.
God really blessed me with him. He's awesome.
Was it like just this light shone on him,
Yes.
and you just knew this is
I
the
just
person to
saw him
pick
and I
out?
said, that's a handsome man there. Can
Oh,
you help
that
me on the
is
stage? It was so
such a
funny.
cute
And he's
story.
been with me ever since, and he's a great actor.
Well, and there's that.
Yes.
What inspired you to do this particular play?
Well, we look in our nation and we look at a lot of things, issues going around. We can always see a lot of negative. And sometimes it's just good to be thankful and think about good things. Things are true and honest and just, like the scripture tells us, and of good report. And I said, I think it would be wonderful if we can have an evening where you just sit back, giggle, laugh, be free, and invite somebody with you just to have a good time and to laugh. And it's totally family oriented.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about what you're going to see and hear.
Important to add that. This is
Yes.
totally G-rated.
Yes. It's kind of like a Saturday Night Live, but without you having to worry about
What are they going to
things.
say
Yes.
next?
So
Where do you get your ideas of a place where you can go, a fitness expert, a fitness trainer trying to put pounds on you, and a quirky party planner?
they're just in my head all day, every day. I can
Your
write
head is
3
fun.
more of these like tonight
Wow.
with the skits, especially when it comes to comedy.
So this night will be one sketch comedy performed after another. Is there
Yes.
music in between, or
It will be music in between. A young lady at my church, her name is Melanie Robinson. I keep wanting to say Lawson, her maiden name, but it's Robinson now. And she's on YouTube and all over the place. And she's an awesome singer, and she's making CDs. And she's going to sing a song in between to promote her. I put her in the play in the middle. So she's awesome.
Nice.
You're going to really be blessed when you hear that beautiful voice. So that's some entertainment we have there too.
what else can we look forward to? What other sketches have you come up with?
There's one sketch where it's called If God Were One of Us. And it's a perspective if we were God, what would we do when Adam and Eve messed up? And it's kind of funny. You can think of a lot of things that we might say and be angry or upset or, want to kick them out the garden immediately or things like that. So it's kind of funny, the things that God says in this skit.
Even though,
them.
and you are lighthearted, so you can take an approach like that, but it's still,
You still
profound.
learn. Yes.
There's still something to think
still
about
something.
there, because who of us would come up with a plan for redemption on the spot?
Yes.
Even as they're having to leave the garden, already got the way
Yes.
that I'm going to reconcile us, reconcile you all to me again. And you're able to do that, Edie.
Yes, and I had to really pray about this because I didn't want to make light of scripture, in a negative way. So I had to really be balanced and watch what I say and what I put on the stage. And you will leave having learned something because a lot of these skits, you will learn something in them. Some of them are just to be silly, but some of them, it's really something in there. Like one is called Gossip the Gospel. So instead of gossiping, about one another or something, gossip the gospel. And I got that idea from a church. I was driving down the road and on their marquee it said that, and I said, I can write a skit about that. So that's something where you learn about how you shouldn't do that, but in the midst of it you're learning the gospel in that skit in a funny way.
Oh, that
So
is
it's
so
really
good.
Challenging to do it, but it worked out.
We all know those prayer groups and the prayer requests that are actually just a really great time to tell a story.
Tell a
that-
story.
yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, so you'll laugh, but at the same time you'll kind of go, that's something to that. I have
Yes.
to really work on that.
Really to be able to think about.
Yeah.
You're just so fascinating, I think, to be able to think, now, how do you fund something like this? Because I know they just don't let anybody come hey, I've got a play. Can I put it on your beautiful theater?
This is the most amazing thing out of all of this. When I was getting ready to graduate from Malone University, they had a one-day women's conference. And a little lady came and sat beside me, never met her, and she just took interest in me. And she said, what are you going to do when you graduate? And I said, well, I would like to write plays that touch people, that can be funny, serious, and I really want to touch people's hearts. And she said, oh, well, give me a call when you graduate. And I said, okay, so I graduated. I remembered this little lady, and she gave me her card. And she said, it's something about you that I really like. And she said, I want to help you. And I said, okay. It's a really long story. So long story short, like we always hear, she went off to Florida for the winter. She's an older lady. And this one day I look in the mail and I see this card from her. And I can't say her name. She would just be devastated. She's that humble. And I opened it up and it said, I'm really proud of you. Reach for your dreams. I really believe in you. Here's a check for $3,000.
Oh, my goodness. So just an anonymous angel.
lady. Angel. And that enabled me to get to theater, to do the props. My husband builds the props. That's a whole nother story.
Oh, that's cool.
To do the videos, everything I needed, that helped me. And I can think of it now and just start crying because that was just showing God's backing me up in what I was doing, because I want to do this not just for entertainment, but to help someone. And every year she has blessed me in some kind of way, buying 30 tickets for a show.
Oh, my.
For friends and family.
How cool.
She's still there. I don't even ask her. She just calls. And that's a blessing.
Edie, is there a way other people might be able to join her and get behind you in this effort because it's wonderful what you're doing. Do you have a website or something? I mean, I know you go to your Facebook page, message you and say, we'd like to be part of this as well.
That's actually awesome. I do need to get a website. My children can help me do that. So right now, it's my email.
Okay.
My email address, which is ebowman1@malone.edu. Or my cell number, or message me on Facebook.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great. Okay, got to get to the props man. It's one
He's a
thing
blessing.
to do all the background and so forth when you're doing a play. Sketch comedy is very different because it is so fast
It is.
moving, and there's something different for like every 3 or 4 minutes. It's
Right.
very different. First of all, how do you rope him into doing that?
Oh my goodness. The Lord put us together for a reason. We're night and day. I call him the sun, and my girls are giggling, and I'm the moon. If he says something's black, I say it's white. I mean, we're just so opposite, and we're like, how does this work for 23 years? He is a mathematician. I'm a drama person. I
Yes.
mean, come on. But he loves to work with wood. And I didn't have money to pay people to make props and do pops. Well, he does it. He does it for every play. He finds that time and he makes all the props. He's out there moving really fast. He's the one that's always moving and changing the sets. And usually he doesn't have any help, but he gets it done. He's a go-getter. He's a mover and shaker. And I really need him. We balance each other.
This has really, truly become a family affair, hasn't
It
it?
really is. It really is.
And how does that work behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes. Well, girls, you want to kind of talk about how you feel about that? Sometimes I guess they don't have much of a choice when it comes to some of the stuff.
Well, I enjoy doing it anyways because, not because of the fact that it's helping my mom out, but because I just love being in rehearsals and the adrenaline is amazing. And then when the day comes for when we actually do the play, it's so fun. Of course, it's nerve-wracking, but when you get up there, you just think about the people that you want to bless, and I just think about my mom, and I just think about this is for God's glory, and you just do it, and I enjoy doing it.
How about you, Autumn?
Yeah, I feel that way too, but sometimes she talks to me a lot about everything, and yeah, putting on a production is very overwhelming, and I see her trying to handle everything and juggle, and she does all these different jobs, and me as a daughter, I really care, so whenever she needs me, I just jump in, so that's why I'm in like all of her plays, and I just like being helpful.
That's
So, yeah.
awesome. What do you want to do in the future, Autumn?
I want to be a musician and a music producer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How about you, Tatiana?
I want to be a social worker because I see that I draw people that just need someone to talk to, and I just want to be there for people and let them know that they do have someone to talk to, and I just want to be the best I can be, so that's why I'm going to school for it.
That's great. What's your next play going to be?
You know, I'm kind of thinking I like this comedy thing. So I said, if it really, takes off, I might do comedy again. If not, people have been, asking me about Kingdom. Like you said, I might do a part 2 with Kingdom. And I want to start looking into film. So if anyone out there is looking for someone that it's a writer and they want to join up with me for film, I have no clue about that. But I would love to work with someone in film because a lot of things I put on stage, it really needs to be on TV or something, on film. Because I have so much more to say and that you need to see and you just can't do it.
Very
plays
exciting.
sometimes.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
this one is Good Like Medicine, an evening of laughter taking place June 23rd, 7 o'clock at the Lions Lincoln Theater. For tickets, go to...
You can call me personally on my cell phone. Again, that's 330-353-2735. Or you can message me on Facebook, and it's just my name, Edie Bowman. And you'll see me on that, my page, dressed up like Mabel Johnston. It's interesting, and you'll see other plays on there.
Edie Bowman, Autumn, Tatiana, thank you so much for what you're bringing to our community.
Thank you so much.